So earlier, my husband came up on me and I was making some quick lunch and he kind of caught me off guard. And I was making a guilty pleasure, today's guilty pleasure day, and that's meatballs with veggie noodles. All veggie meatballs, veggie noodles. You don't feel guilty for having it. There's no pasta in it. So I wanted to do it real quick on here so you could see. Somebody told me they didn't like veggie meatballs because they didn't have any taste, flavor. So just like you would do with, how I do, just like you would do with regular meat, I redo them. I take some garlic and onions and peppers and cook it up. Saute that real quick. Just saute enough for whatever you're making. If you're making the whole pack, I would do twice this much, but we're only doing a few. And it can go in your sauce. While that's doing that, I'm going to put some water on the boil. Okay, so they're sauteed, the vegetables. I take them off because I really want them to cool down a little bit so I can handle them. Just like with regular meat, I season my stuff. So I let it thaw out so I can smash them down to nothing. Once I do that, I add a little onion, salt, a little bit of a seasoning salt maybe, or Miss Dash. I just add some seasoning, some, like I said, some garlic or some onion, whatever seasoning you like in your pasta or whatever your sauce. So now I'm going to take these same onions and stuff, just like you would normally do if you was, not the big chunks, but if you was cooking your pasta. And I take each one and I add a little bit of the peppers and onions and whatever, and just reform them back in the pan because they got to cook. And this is going to give it flavor. And any little onions and stuff you have left in there, you just throw them in there with it because it's going to go in the sauce. You have a little oil in your pan. I'm going to put it back on the eye. As it cooks, I'm going to put that back in there with it. I don't want them to burn right now, so I'm going to take them out. Take the extra onions and stuff out. But I'm going to let these brown like I would meatballs. If you want, you can sit them in the oven for about, on 350 for about 10 minutes. Right now I'm going to do them on the eye because I have something in the oven. I'm going to cover them up and let them brown on each side. And then I'm going to start my sauce. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to go to my zucchini noodles. Okay, so this is my zucchini noodles. So it's like it's one of those veggie shredders nowadays. This one here has a little latch. You put the vegetables in the center. You just latch it closed and you start to turn. You put your vegetables inside, you start to turn. The center of it is going to come out like this, but you can just cut that up and use it. It's still vegetables. You know, it's still your zucchini. So I'm going to use just about that much right now. And once you do this, I would tell you it's one continuous noodle. So you cut it at various stages because, you know, that's how it's gonna cook. If you happen to get one that the spiral didn't go all the way through, sometimes because I use some of the skin, you can just slice that little piece up. Now you can make them as you like. If you want them a little al dente, I would say cook them for 2 to 3 minutes. If you want them a little softer, 5 to 6 minutes. It depends on what you like. So I'm going to pour them in there. Okay, so my noodles was boiling for about 4 minutes, and I'm draining them. And you don't have to totally drain them because a little bit of water. This is just a plain marinara sauce right over those meatballs. Did you see those meatballs? Somebody would have thought they was real meat. In here I have some oregano, a little bit of sugar, cinnamon. I like cinnamon in sauce, and a little bit of onion. I add a little bit of butter, just like I would do if I was having pasta. I had a little melted butter there, which I'm gonna run through that. And just a little bit of seasoning, all-purpose seasoning. And then if you want to, you can just pour that over your noodles, or you can put your noodles in it, whichever way you like. So these are my zucchini noodles. I did a whole lot more than I did earlier. I want to divide them up, and this one here is only about 1.5 of a zucchini. There's one medium size and 1/2 of another medium size, but you can do a whole lot more. If you like a lot more, you can put a lot more. It's up to you. If you want to just have some crushed tomatoes instead of, a jar sauce, you can do some crushed tomatoes, but you would have to season that up first instead of having it, because they're plain, they're bland, but it's up to you. And this is a guilty pleasure. You're eating, it's almost like having your pasta, but you're not worrying about all the pasta calories. And so if you want to add a little bit of parm, if you want to add regular cheese, you can. If you want to add a vegan cheese, so there it is. Thanks. Hope you enjoy.